So here we need to discuss about the frequencies. For example, when you are employing a method, for example, see, I have employed the random sample method. So in your class, out of 40, I asked that six person or six students. So one student, second, third, fourth, five, six. Randomly, I have selected six members. So their marks is 41. Second person marks is 47. Third person is 41. Fourth one is 42. Fifth one is 47. Sixth one is a 50 marks. So how we can calculate it? How we can do the frequencies? How we can do the frequencies? See here, by taking this graph only. So simple, we are going to do. Your marks. So how much marks are there? 41, 42, 47, 50, right? So here I have collected data and into present in the form of tables. So this is called your frequency. So 41 marks, how many people have got? 2 people, right? Then 42, only one. 47, 2 people. 50, only one. Your total, how much? Right. Right. So here this is the frequency table. So earlier we used to do like this. See here at the time of basic levels. For example, score. For example, if you get the score, for example, internal exams, one mark. So the 4 people are going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, like barcodes, tally numbers. So this is a 4 number. So if the 2 score, 2, nothing but the people are getting 2 marks. So here 9. How we can calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. So earlier we used to do tally numbers like tally. Okay. So nowadays system or computer we can generate how many members have get 2, how many members have got 3 marks, how many members have got 4 marks, how many members have got 5 marks, how many members have got 6 marks. So like that here I have taken your score instead of 1 to 6 score. I have taken that 1 to 100, 1 to 100. But you people got 41 to 50. This is a minimum marks in your class. This is a maximum marks in your class, right? Minimum and maximum, right? So here, this is a marks and frequency table. Have you understood this one, frequency? How we can do the frequency?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For example, sometimes we need to write, we need to calculate the average also. For example, see, if you don't mind. So if you don't mind, can you say your age, please? Age, student. Just minute. Yeah, your age, please. I cannot ask the name.
22.
How much?
22.
22. Yeah, next. Randomly you can say. For example, I have taken the age of students randomly. One person age is 22, 21, 22, 23, 25, 21. So how we can do the frequency table here? Here age, okay, and here frequency. So which is the minimum age here? 21. 21 you can write here. How many are there? 1, 2. Simple, you can tally number if you want, write tally number like that. 1, 1, then you can take. So if you don't want to write, nowadays we are not able to write tally numbers. Okay, therefore you can write 2. Then 22, how many are there? 2. Then 23, only 1. 25, only 1, right? So total is 6. Have you understood this frequency? Still?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For example, by taking some people may say that what is the average? What is the, I'm writing here direct what is the average age of the selected students? It means that whatever I have selected 6 students, what is their average age? Average age, right? Some people may ask or not, wrong. Some people may ask or not, right? Some people may ask the question that. So what is the average age of the students? Age of the students. So it is called, when you are going to average, that is called mean. Mean or arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean or average. These are the synonyms words to the average. Mean and arithmetic mean. Okay. So here, this arithmetic mean plays a very important role in research, in statistics. So therefore, we have the syllabus C like this. So after completion of that synthesis and sampling within the sampling method, advantages and disadvantages, then we have the measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. So what is mean by measures of central tendency? It means that measures of the center of the nothing but how much it is spreading from minimum 21 to 25. How much the mean value, that is the central in the sense center point. Average nothing but the midpoint, right? So when we are taking the values from one to another number, so we are going to calculate the midpoints, generally midpoints. Okay, so that is the measures of central tendency. See here, I am going to show you that after calculation of simple frequency distribution, that we discussed earlier. Measures of central tendency. See here, that number must be good representative one from all the observations of the observation. It means, for example, see, when you are going to calculate the average, see the age, the 6 members age. See here, the average or average formula, average or mean or arithmetic mean, AM. So both for all formulas here, sum of x by n. Sometimes you can write like this also, no problem. To the patients, you can write like this. Sum of x by n. So here, sum of x nothing but, sum is nothing but total value of the x variable divided by n, number of items, or sample size. Here, sum of x nothing but, see, total value of x divided by number of items. It means that, see, the total value of the x. For example, here we need to assume that age is the x variable. We need to add all the values. See, you can add it 2, 1, 2, 5, 8, 8 plus 6, 14, 1. So there are 6 2's now. So 6 into 2 is 12, 130, 134. So total value of x nothing but, see, this is called sum of x is equal 134. 134 divided by n. N is nothing but number of items.
Six.
How many items are there? 6. Sample size we have taken 6. So therefore 6. You can divide 134 by 6. How much you get it? 134 divided by 6.
22.5.
22.33, right? 22.33.
33.
So you may conclude that by calculating average. So in your class, the average age is 22.3. 22.3. It means that 22 years, and it means 4 months, or 4 or 3 months. Let's take one. You can take 4 months. 4 or 3. Yeah, 3 months. The average in your class, the whatever I have taken example of these 6 peoples, the average age is 22.33. Okay, that means 22 years, 3 months, or 4 months. Simple you can take. Or you can take 22 years, 4 months. No problem. Have you understood this one? How we can calculate what is the importance here? See,
Yes, sir.
that number must be good representative. Nothing but see, when you ask the question, what is average age? It means that, so 22.4, that is the average age of the students. It's a good representative of all the, for the all observation to give a clear picture that characteristics. And such representative number can be central value for all the those observations. Central value, see here, central value. Here see, when you are taking, see, for example, when you are taking the data 22, 21, 22, 20, 23. So first, for example, if you take the data from 21 to 22, like that, for example, ascending to ascending order, small to big. For example, 21, 22, 23, 25. I think this is the ages, right? 21, 21 two members, 22 members, right? Here you can write 21, 20. In between, you can write 22. For example, average, you will get 22.44, right? So the average age is 22. It is the middle value. This is central value. Okay. So that's the midpoint also come. Don't worry. This is a central value, nothing but we will get the average. This is the best good representative. And the central values is called measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. So sometimes we will get average is the middle. Sometimes we will get mode, median also mid value. There is a midpoint. Midpoint nothing but when you take the 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the midpoint here? 3. When you calculate that average, you will get 3 here also. For example, if you take the age of the children, if you take age of the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4, 5. So what is the total value? Sum of x when you had, you will get 15, right? 15 by 5. How much will get it? 3. The average is 3. Midpoint also 3. This is the mid value. That is the median, right? So like that, the central value is the central value is called measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. Then first, within the measures of central tendency, we have mainly three. MCT, measures of central tendencies. Shortcut I am writing MCT, measures of central tendencies. Central tendencies. Sometimes we can use tendency or tendencies. So here, first one, mean. Second one is a median. Third one is a mode. Mode. Fourth one is a geometric mean. Harmonic mean. So especially, so these are very important. First three are very important in the measures of central tendency. Remaining also very important, but we can use less time we can use. Hello. So what are the measures of central tendency? See, this kind of question also may ask in the UGC NET or set exams, other JL or DL exams. So what are the measures of central tendencies? They may ask the question mean, median or standard deviation. It means 1, 2, 3. Nothing but they may give the question mean, median, mode, geometric mean, harmonic mean. These are the measures of central tendencies. Measures of central tendencies. For example, see this kind of question may ask. See what are the measures of central tendencies? Measures of central tendencies. Question. Okay. For example, A, mean or arithmetic mean, shortcut AM. B, mode. C, standard deviation. D, A and B. So what are the measures of central tendency? What are those? Have you understood the question? What are the measures of central tendencies? Mean, mode, standard deviation, and A and B. A and B nothing but arithmetic mean and mode. What is the right answer?
SD also simple
SD
sequence
means
na, sir?
standard deviation. Standard deviation.
Yes, sir.
Option
A
B.
and B.
A and B is
A and
the
B.
right answer. A and B is the right answer. Standard deviation comes under the measures of dispersion.
Okay.
After completion of this measures of tendency, central tendency, we will go to the measures of dispersion. Okay. So this kind of question may ask in UGC NET, SET, or JL, DL exam also. Okay. First, we need to know that what is mean by first mean. Mean. So here mean. First, we need to know what about mean. Mean is nothing but known as the average, arithmetic mean, arithmetic mean. So these are the synonyms words we can use: mean, average, or arithmetic mean. So how we can calculate this arithmetic mean? So the arithmetic mean simply the mean of variable is defined as the sum of the observations divided by number of observations. Sum of observation divided by number of observations is called arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. Sum of observation nothing but how many observations we are taken to consider that number of observations. Can you give any example, Raviraj? Please, we'll start from your example. Raviraj,
Yes, sir.
give an example. For example, in which area you are going to study interest? For example, if you are interested in industrial economics, it is okay for you? Industrial economics?
Yes. Yes, sir.
For example, you are going to conduct a research. Okay. Research on industries. Industries. For example, you are going to select a 5 industries. For example, 5 industries. 5 industries. For example, A, B, C, D, E industry. For example, when you are going to study industries, so you are going to take the income of the industry: A income, B income, C income, D income, and E income, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the industry. So can you tell me randomly that how much income of A industry? You can take any number, for example.
50 lakhs.
50 lakhs. I'm going to take only lakhs. Okay, 50 lakhs. Okay.
Yes. The industry 30 lakhs.
30 lakhs. C,
70,
70. D,
60,
60. E.
80.
For example, we have collected data about income of 5 industries: 50 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 70, 60, 80. For example, after taking this data, simply you are going to analyze the frequency first, frequency table, right? So frequency nothing but say, as I told you that 30 is the one industry only. 30, 50, 60, 70, 80. Only one industry is getting, right?
559.
Right? This is the income, this is the frequency. Have you understood, Raviraj?
Yes, sir.
This is the frequency table. So after it means that only one industry getting 30,000, one industry getting 50,000, only one industry is getting 60, one industry getting 50, one industry getting 80. Okay, this is the frequency. So for example, I may ask the question: what is the average income of the 5 industries? 5 industries. 5 industries. So what is the average? Nothing but arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. What is the formula arithmetic mean?
Sum of observation by number of observations.
Sum of x by n. This is the formula. Okay. Sum of x. So here we need to calculate the x is nothing but the income. So here sometimes we can write x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus dot 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 plus xn divided by n. It means see x1 nothing but this x1. This is x2. This is a x3. This is a x4. This is a x5. So we need to add all the values. Nothing but say 50 plus 30,
290 by
20 plus 60,
290,
plus
sir.
80 divided by n. N is nothing but how many are there?
5.
5.
5.
So here we need to add all the values. 80, 80, 160, 160 plus
295.
160 plus 130. How much? 290.
290. Yes, sir.
290 divided by 5.
5.
So how much?
58.
50.
58.
So what is your
8.
conclusion? What is your conclusion when you get 58? Means that on an average,
Average.
each
Of 500. Each industry.
is getting 58 lakhs. Is getting income. Is getting income is 58 lakhs, right? Each industry is getting 58 lakhs rupees of income or here. It means that average we are going to get. Have we got it? How we can calculate the average?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is one kind of average how we can calculate the arithmetic mean. So here also I'm going to take example saying the X bar. See here, I didn't tell you that. See, the arithmetic mean indicates with X bar. Remember, arithmetic mean indicated with X bar. X bar. Okay, X bar. Remember, sometimes when you write the papers and when you refer the books, if you found it in X bar, they cannot write average or mean. They can write only X bar. It means that this is the average, mean, and arithmetic mean. Simple. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
For example, see, when you get the marks, for example, there are 5 students are there in your class, the marks, internal marks out of 10, out of 15. So I have taken 5 example. One person has got 2 marks, another person has got 4 marks, another person has got 6 and 8 and 10. Okay. So what is the average marks of the students? 5 students. So sum of x by n, nothing but sum of marks by number of persons. So 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10, that is 30. 30 by 5 is equal to 6. So what is the average marks?
6 marks.
6 marks. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
For example, see, generally when you are getting, for example, if you take in your home also, for example, you can practice in your home, for example, income of the, in your home, for example, your father income, your mother income, for example, if there is a father, mother, and brother, sisters, and you. So you can take your income, for example, income level. Okay, how much your father income, how much mother income, how much brother income, how much sister income, how much your income. Right? For example, your father is employed, for example, 45,000, for example, I'm saying. Your mother is employing in a small sector, for example, she is getting 10,000, for example. So your brother is working in a part-time job, for example, he is getting 5,000. Sister is running a beauty parlor, so she is getting 15,000 per month. So you are working also in some part-time job, you may get 3,000. So how do you get average income of the family member? So we need to calculate sum of x. How much? You will get it amount 5, 5, 10, 15, 8, 18,
78.
78,000. So average income x bar is equal sum of x by n. Sum of x is nothing but 78,000 divided by n. How many family size number are?
5.
5. So when you cancel it, how much you will get it? 78,000 divided by 5,000, 500. 15,600. 15,600. So in your family, the average income is 15,600 rupees. 15,600 rupees. Have you understood this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What of others? So why I'm stressing and why I'm telling, why I'm giving more examples. See, when you're doing the research, it is very important. Okay. So when you calculate that, for example, in order to calculate the average, simple I make with the marks 2, 3, 4, 5. We can calculate the average by sum of x by n. So it is not relevant. For example, the main motto of this subject is nothing but you need to implement or introduce this kind of statistical techniques in your research. So that's why they are introducing the PG course as well as in the degree course also they are introducing the earlier. Okay. So this is kind of, for example, if you take farmers, if you take the number 1 farmer, number 2, number 3, number 4, like that, number of farmers in your village, you can take their income, the average income of the farmer. Best example, if you take per capita income in our income, macroeconomics, per capita income, how they can calculate it? National income by total
Population.
population. Total income, nothing but how much income is there, total population. For example, national income, your family income, for example. Your population is 5, 78,000 by 5. You will get 15,600, right? Like that, per capita income. Here also, in your home, the per capita income is 15,600 in your home only. The per capita income. Okay. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
What about others? There are Raviraj, Divyasri, Mobile, Amala, Ram, Soumya, Sunita, Vandana.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. అర్థమైంది.
Yes, sir.
This is another method, shortcut method. It is not easy. Okay. There is a group data. So group data in the sense, for example, when the data is obtained, for example, sum of effects by n frequency. For example, as I told you that see here, the x bar is equal to sum of effects by n. So group data nothing but see when I am taking example here. Yeah, here. This is called group data. This is group data. Okay. For example, if your table is like this, for example, if your table is like this, so you can tell me the 21, 22, 22, 25, right? I will take the example. Age 21, 22, 23, 25. So frequency is here 2 people, 1 and 1, right? So here, when we have the data like this, how to calculate the average? Simple by taking calculate the arithmetic mean by taking this data. What is the formula here? In order to calculate the average, the x bar is equal to sum of fx by n. Sum of fx by n. It means that sum of frequency into x. Frequency into x. This is called f into x. This is a f. This is a x. Remember, I'm going to change the color. Yeah. See, this is a x. This is the f. F into x. 21 into 2. How much? 42, 22,
42,
44,
44,
23,
46,
not 40,
50.
multiply to only 1, 23 into 1, 23, 25 into 1, 25. Then we can calculate
Yes.
sum of effects. The total value, how much? 8 plus 6, 14, right? 14, 1, 10, 134. 134 divided by 5. The total number is how much? Sometimes we can write sum of f also. Sum of f. Sum of fx by sum of f. Nothing but sum of frequencies. Sum of frequencies. Here total is 6. So if you write n also, no problem. Sometimes if you are not able to understand n, if you take only 4, the answer will be wrong. So it is sum of x. Sum of x. N or sum of x. Sum of frequencies. That is a 6. That's it. So 134 divided by 6, how much? 134 divided by 6. How much? 22.
22.3.
See, when you have the data is like this in the frequency mode, you will get the same answer. For example, if you calculate it without taking these frequencies, you will get 22.33 also, right? Have you got it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
సో ఇప్పుడు మనం 21 ఇక్కడ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకో, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ 22 ఇది తీసుకోకుండా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసిన ఆన్సర్ అనేది ఇంతే వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ వేసుకుంటూ 21 22. సో ఇక్కడ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ టేబుల్ అనేది ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ టేబుల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు సో ఇలాంటి ఈ మెథడ్ యూజ్ చేయాలి. సమ్ ఆఫ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ బై సమ్ ఆఫ్ ఎఫ్. Like this marks, for example, when the external exam is going to conduct final exam, out of 100 some people 64 marks people got 8 students, they got 64, 63 18 students, 62 12 students, 61 9 students, 60 7 students, 59 6 members have got the results. So what is the formula? Like that, whatever we have employed, like this, f into x, 64 into 8 512, 63 into 18, like this, right? So this divided by this, you will get average is 61.88, 61.88. Same now, sum of x by n, that is sum of f. Hello,
Yes, sir.
we got
Yes,
it
sir.
out.
Yes, sir, we got.
Yes, sir.
You can take this screenshot, then you can do it practice. Okay, right? Yeah. So tomorrow we will discuss, that is a continuous series, the discrete series. This means a discrete series. Whatever we have done earlier, see here in our meaning, it is a individual series. It is a individual series. Individual series. And if the data is like this, this is called discrete series. Discrete series. Then the data is like this, continuous series. Continuous series means that, for example, sometimes 0 to 10, how many students are there? Frequency. And 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Like that, how many students are there? For example, year 5, year 10, year 3. If the data is like this, for example, marks, it is called continuous series. Continuous series. Have you understood the difference between these three individual series, individuals, and discrete series, and continuous series?
Yes, sir.
So tomorrow we'll discuss. The time is only less than 1 minute, so we'll discuss tomorrow. There's a continuous series. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.